Well, what a great pleasure it is to welcome to What's Next, Riaan van Reenen, who is the CEO at Discovery Life. Riaan, it's really, really good to see you. How are you doing firstly? How's 2023 treating you so far?
Morning, Aki. Thanks for having me. Now, 2023 has been busy. I think it's fair to say we started the year off with a bang. Just last week, we had a product launch as well as our half-year results announcement. So it's really been busy, but very excitingly so. So there's an energy in a renewed space, having people back in the office, and it's really been a great start to the year.
Yeah, and it's really difficult to believe that it's been 3 years since this pandemic hit us, and boy oh boy, do we know how it's impacted everybody's life. And the insurance industry, the life insurance industry, is no stranger to this. It's one of those unexpected events that we've learned so much. You guys have coped incredibly well, and your payments that you've made have been quite extraordinary in this regard. But when you reflect back and you look at how the life of the insurance industry has evolved over the years, certainly the last few years has been a new learning. How has Discovery positioned itself in this context, based on COVID-19, based on the world that's changing so much when you look at climate change and everything around us? How's that impacting the insurance industry?
Now, the last couple of years has certainly been interesting, to say the least. COVID was, I think, a worse event than what the life insurance industry has seen, certainly in more than a century. But Discovery Life was extremely well positioned to really cope with that and support our customers through a very, very difficult time. We've paid out records amounts of claims, more than 7 billion rand of identified COVID claims, in addition to the normal claims that we have paid. So we were incredibly proud through that period, supporting our customer base, but also using it as an opportunity to really position ourselves for the future. I think it's given us the opportunity where technology has been accelerated and there's been a rush online. So we've used some of those opportunities to position ourselves for the future. And I think it's also shown and re-emphasized the value of life insurance and really what is our core purpose at the end of the day, to make people healthier and enhance and protect their lives, and to really be there for families, when they need us the most. So it's been an incredibly tough but exciting journey at the same time, and I'm incredibly proud of how the team has responded and how we got through this pandemic.
Wow, that's extraordinary. And I'm one of your customers, actually. I've got life insurance and I've got disability insurance and all the kinds of insurance on myself. And it's been amazing to watch the progress of Discovery over the last few years. And for me, what intrigues me, and I'm sure for you as well, is just looking at the backdrop of where we are today in 2023 and how different this industry is, say, to 10 years ago. Now you've got technologies like AI, and you've got you're able to take the data that you're getting from me as a customer, and you're able to make more accurate predictions on what my health is going to be, and become more competitive with premiums, I guess. So the technology trends that you're seeing must certainly be changing the life insurance landscape, and AI must be driving this incredible change.
Yes, it has. Certainly technology has advanced, and I think the trick there again is to use technology for the benefits of our customers. So where we've used technology, and certainly what some of the initiatives that we've announced last week, is really to make life simpler for the advisor, simpler for our customers. So the new plan that we've launched is really placing the life plan onto your mobile device, that you've got real-time access to certain data. You can see how your behavior impacts your policy in terms of payback benefits, in terms of cash conversion benefits. And I think also very importantly, making the new business journey simpler for advisors and customers. Selling life insurance is incredibly compliance intensive, and it's you looking at your life's finances for many, many years into the future.
Right.
So it's important to understand all those aspects. So to the extent that we can simplify the journey, bring data into the picture, and just make it an easier journey for our customers, I mean, that's what we really set out to do. And I think technology is key in getting that right.
Well, I mean, it's embedded in everything that you guys do at Discovery. I look at my vehicle insurance. I look at my medical aid. I look at my life insurance and even my health, vitality. It encourages me to live a healthier life. But, you know, you look at leading companies that are using data and analytics, not only to improve their core operations and efficiencies within organizations, but they're taking all of that data and they're launching entirely new business models, which is quite extraordinary. And I'd like to know from you, Riaan, how is Discovery Life taking advantage of the opportunities that exist in this ever-changing digital world? I mean, you just touched on some of the products that you have just launched using these kind of technologies, and I'm sure that all of this has opened up so many more opportunities, right?
It has. It certainly has. Discovery Life started back in 2000, and it started with the idea of separating protection from investment business. And soon thereafter, really in the second phase of our evolution, we've introduced what's become to known as shared value insurance. And that was really the first time where we started using health data as well as exercise and behavioral data in that journey that you've touched on. And that gave us unique insights at the time to really stratify risk and importantly incentivize customers and reward them for healthy behavior. So that really creates a virtuous cycle where the more incentives we provide, the customers respond to it, live healthier. That gives us as the insurer a better risk pool, and we can plow back those excess risk profits in better benefits, lower premiums, and enhanced paybacks for our customers. And then you end up with a healthier society. So that's been a learning journey that we've been on for 2 decades. And what we've done now is really taken that to the next phase. So augment that shared value model that we've built using data even better, simplifying the customer journey whilst retaining all the rich benefits. So we learn more and more all the time. Data has become richer. You rightly point out AI does come into the equation that we can use. And the idea is really to stratify risk benefits, giving customers the benefit of in a very simple way that it manifests in the best benefits and the best premiums that they can possibly get, and enhancing that over time.
Yeah, and I mean, I concur with what you're saying. I mean, one of my first experiences many years back was when I took out the life insurance with you guys, and I couldn't believe that there was no paperwork, you know. There was a tablet, and I signed digitally on the tablet, and this has evolved even more from there. And Adam Helper, who's my broker, if you're listening, thank you for introducing that technology to me. But, I mean, that took out so many different processes, and you're continually evolving. And, you know, this digitizing life insurance, everyone's talking about it at the moment, but there are obviously inherent risks when you start digitizing life insurance, and I guess compliance must be a big headache for you. How are you mitigating these, and how is digital life insurance shaping things, and what are the issues that you face, and how you mitigate those particular issues?
Yeah, life insurance certainly has a lot of compliance requirements, I think justifiably so, just given the what's at stake. But digitizing can actually help fulfilling with those compliance needs and taking out some of the red tape for customers. I'll give you a few examples. So one simple example is the need to verify a customer's ID, to verify that you are who you say you are. And we can use technology now to just send a request and ping the Home Affairs database to make sure that you are who you say you are, without the need to make a copy or submit any ID documents to us. So that's just one example that we've cut out some red tape. Underwriting is another component of life insurance, and specifically if you want to have full coverage, a fully underwritten life plan, giving you whole of life coverage at good rates. But one of the risks to customers is that some of the online offerings really dilutes the value proposition. So we're aiming to use technology to not dilute the value proposition, but make it easier for customers to take out a policy. So we've introduced through COVID a concept of virtual underwriting. So instead of the need to physically see a nurse or go through medical underwriting, and you can answer the questionnaire pretty much through a Zoom call or an interview like we're having at the moment. all digital, and unless there's anything that requires specific medical intervention, that led to a very quick, painless activation for the customer. We then also
Yes.
introduced full digital signatures that you can log on inline, go through the documents, click accept, and that's done. So without the need for any paper intervention in there, even more so compared to when you took out your policy and had to sign on a tablet. Now you can do it all in the comfort of your home, even on your mobile device.
That is fantastic. And I guess the fact that you know so much about me and me giving consent to my medical records, to be able to give me a better premium, for example, and to cut out a lot of that red tape. I might have recently had a blood test for this, etc., etc. I'm sure it all happens seamlessly in the background, and I love the fact that you're making it a lot more efficient for me as a customer, because that's the biggest pain, is filling in forms, doing this, doing that. Now you can just do it from the comfort of your home, which is great. I want to touch on this, the recently launched Discovery Life Plan 3. And I see there's some very interesting progressive features that are enabled by high-end digital capabilities. Could you unpack that for us, please, Riaan?
Sure. There are a number of components to the Life Plan 3.0. I think it's important to note that we've maintained all our best-of-breed benefits within the plan. So we haven't watered down any of the rich benefits at all, which typically happens when you try and streamline the process. So it was important for us to keep the rich benefits. However, we've really streamlined the process. In addition to the Life Plan, we've introduced a new advisor platform, making the quoting process easier, more graphical, easier to communicate with customers. We've introduced the concept that this new plan really lives on the face of your mobile phone. So you can track what are the differences, for example, if your payback benefits or your cash conversion, if you were to achieve a different vitality status or different behavioral interactions over time. So all in real time, the customer can get an idea of what's happening. We've introduced even further streamlined underwriting, taking the concept of virtual underwriting to the next phase, where we aim to activate all healthy and eligible cases within 30 minutes. So a very quick, seamless underwriting process, but giving you all the benefits of full underwriting in terms of premium, in terms of peace of mind down the road, and just really simplifying all the features. We then maintained and augmented the shared value benefits. So what that means is customers can get up to a 48% premium discount on the full suite of integration benefits. You can get up to 100% of your premiums back in paybacks down the line. We've enhanced our cash conversion benefits. And then through the Discovery Bank, we also have a miles benefit that Discovery Bank can offer up to 7.5% of your premiums back in Discovery Miles. So a really, really rich benefit offering on top of best-of-breed protection benefits. So we're really excited. And I think the simplicity of bringing all of this together is really what will set it apart.
Yeah, and this is a pretty important launch for Discovery Life. And why is this so? I guess it's part of the evolution, right? And your customers have reason to be excited about Discovery Life Plan 3 as well.
Definitely. So like I said, we've really taken the best of what we've developed over the past 20 years, maintained the best products, but also take the learnings into account. What did customers respond positively to? What were benefits that weren't that well perceived by customers? Tweak the product, and making sure that we fulfill our customers' needs. So I think all the shared value benefits that I've just described are best of breed benefits in a really, really competitive package. And the way that customers will interact with life insurance has been changed completely. I think it will make a world of difference having all your information on your fingertips. When you meet up with your financial advisor, you know exactly what the benefits are, and making that for an easy conversation. So we're really, really excited about it. And the shared value benefits, having more information and the use of technology, as you've described rightly so, gives us that ability to use data to your advantage. And that's what makes this offering so unique.
Now, Riaan, I'm pretty excited that you're making this so accessible to me as a customer, through my smartphone. And I've seen the evolution of the app over the years and the information that's available to me as a customer. You're actually putting a lot more power in my hands as a customer to make these decisions and create the transparency about the products that I particularly use. So, Discovery Life Plan 3 improves this ability to access Discovery's risk protection benefits from a smartphone, which I find that quite amazing despite the compliance and the hurdles around this. How on earth do you achieve this?
So it's been a development that's been a long time in the making. The development of the technology that Discovery Bank has done over the last number of years has also been very helpful. So we're using some of that same technology that Discovery Bank has developed to really achieve this. So it's really all around getting data and in a simple, digestible format to the customer. I mean, life insurance is perceived to be opaque and complex, and it really shouldn't be. It's all about information, but also how you package that information and give it to the customer. So it's really the use of customer-friendly user interfaces, technology, data, and bringing that all together in a graphic type of interface.
It's amazing. I must say, I compliment you guys because I've noticed the changes, and I'm when there's so much complexity, you sometimes just lose interest, and it's become really easy for me to understand where I'm covered, how I'm covered, what my policy's doing, etc., etc. So I love the fact that you've made it simpler for me as a customer. I see that you've also launched Advisor 360. Can you explain what this is and how it will benefit both customers and advisors? What exactly is Advisor 360?
Sure. So Advisor 360 is really our next generation interface with advisors. So a real end-to-end process from consent and the initial interaction with the customer, showing all the customer's information that we have available around the whole range of products in one simple to access place for the advisor, that they've got or a holistic view of a customer. And then we've also incorporated the technology and the use of data to make the journey simple. So you enter details once, for example, and then you don't have to enter that data again. It will get pre-populated where necessary. The compliance journey, which we've touched on, which is quite intense for a full life insurance policy, is embedded. Again, we can intelligently pre-populate some of the compliance documents where necessary, and then the customer can review all those documents in the comfort of their own home, digitally log on to their profile, review the documents, click consent, click their signature, and it's really all done. And that then goes through to the underwriting and activation process. So we've really tried to take out as much pain as possible. I've mentioned the example that we've tried to get rid of documents as far as possible through direct interaction with Home Affairs. We're also working on a location option, for example, that we can verify location and home addresses seamlessly and digitally. So really making that process simple and having all that information in the cloud, so you can really access it anytime, anywhere as an advisor.
It's pretty amazing, and I guess that it adds a lot of speed to this, equation. I mean, in years past, you'd have to wait a few days before you were covered. Have you guys? I'm sure you do these exercises often at Discovery Life. If a new customer had to get onboarded, for example, and take out a simple life insurance, let's say for a million rand, how long would it take for a customer to be insured for R1 million if they had to do all this digital process that you talk about? What's your goal as a time limit to be able to be fully insured in what space of time?
Yeah, so there's a piece of work that needs to be done pre-really the application process, where the advisor will sit down with a client and go through a full financial needs analysis. So depending on the complexity of the financial need analysis and how long that piece of advice would take, meeting the customer's needs, once that's all done, we can look at quite quick submission of documents and underwriting acceptance within 30 minutes. So there's no reason
Wow.
why all of that can't be done in the space of a morning or an afternoon from an end-to-end process, provided that the advisor have all the needs and information that they need from a customer. So we've really streamlined that process. And I emphasize that what you end up with is a fully underwritten whole of life policy, benefiting from all the best of breed guarantees, best of breed benefits, and full coverage. So there's no shortcuts from cover or the premium rating on our side.
That's pretty amazing and extraordinary when you think about the speed at which all of this is happening. You've been in the industry for some time and you're seeing some interesting trends. I mean, we're discussing this new evolution at Discovery Life, but what's next for Discovery Life? What's the life insurance industry doing? What other disruptions can we expect? And I imagine this whole digitization process of the life insurance industry is not going to slow down. So what's next? What can we see in the future?
Yeah, no, we're definitely not slowing down. I think we're only getting started in this new phase. So we're also excited. We've taken shared value into a funeral space, also what we've announced last week. So really building on that same technology, but in a very simple format into a funeral space. And we're also excited as opportunities grow in the Discovery Group, specifically with Discovery Bank. We intend to use the same type of technology and rolling out into the bank assurance space. So I think there's lots more to come. And then one of the holy grails really in life insurance is to get a fully automated underwriting process. So not a watered down version, but a fully digital underwriting process for even lives that require further information or further underwriting requirements. And I think that's part of what we're also working on. And we definitely have plans for even a phase 2 with that process. I think technology just opens itself up to so much more. We see a lot of trial versions really of applications coming out that, for example, you can take a selfie on your phone. That supposedly tells you a lot about yourself, enough for underwriting. It hasn't really developed to a step that it's usable for full underwriting. But no doubt, if we watch this space in 5 or 10 years from now, technology like that we expect will advance, taking life insurance even into a new world of simplicity and ease.
Riaan, you touched on the shared value model into funeral insurance. That's an interesting space. Can you touch on that for us? How does it work?
It's very simple, actually, Aki. So what we've done, if you within the Discovery Health ecosystem, so you've got access to private medical care. Our data has shown that we have much better risk and better experience in that pool. So we're very simply giving a 15% discount on funeral premiums if you're in the Discovery Health ecosystem. No need to provide any further data. And in addition to that, we've also got a very rich benefit returning a significant part of your premiums, up to all your premiums at age 65. In addition to the normal rich funeral benefits. So we believe that simplicity in that market, but providing value will be well received.
Okay. Riaan, I want to ask you one final question. It's not really a curveball, but it's always something that I've pondered about. You look at how technology is evolving, you look at how healthcare is evolving, and if you look at over the last few decades, as human beings, we've got better healthcare, there's better medicine, and we living longer. And I was just watching a program the other day that was saying that, children born today in this decade are going to live to way over 100. And, who else knows what other medical advances are going to be made in the next few years. And my question to you is, how do you, as the CEO of Discovery Life, factor this into life insurance policies when there's the unknown, right? That there's a very strong possibility that people born today are going to live to the age of 100. And I guess that changes a whole lot of different actuarial dynamics in the life insurance industry. How is that impacting your job and your industry?
That's a very good question, Aki. So we do take that into account, and life expectancy has certainly improved throughout the past century, certainly post the Second World War, with the exception of COVID. The COVID period was the first time that there was a regression in life expectancy, but hopefully that's mostly past us now. So we are factoring that into account. But I think that's the beauty of our shared value insurance model. We share that potential upside with a customer. So if the risk pool improves, customers are living longer, they're benefiting from that through better benefits and lower premiums within our model. So it's really a win-win for us and for our customers should that improvement continue.
Thank you so much. Riaan van Reenen, CEO of Discovery Life. And I've got to tell you, one of my favorite times of the year is when I get that ping from my bank and I look at the SMS and it says, your Discovery payback is in your bank account from your life insurance. I love that moment. Thank you. Keep that cash coming in, and I'll maintain my health and be a good customer. But it's great to receive those awards, and they do come in. Riaan van Reenen, the CEO at Discovery Life. Thank you so much for joining us on What's Next.
Thanks, Aki. It was great catching up.